Bam. Just like that, I pulled a hair out of my mouth. Damn, 7 a.m. I've only been awake for an hour, and I'm already pulling a hair out of my mouth. I don't even have a dog. Wonder whose hair that was. Good morning. Good to see everyone. It was one of those long dog-looking hairs. You know what I mean? Short. Oh, there. Look, it's still stuck to my finger. I think my hair is getting at that length where every time I put my hands through it, some comes out. You guys know that? Like you reach a certain length, and every time you put your fingers through your hair, something comes out. I forgot about that phenomenon. You grow a long beard, and you forget that it reaches a point where every time you eat something, you get beard in your mouth, and the mysteries of long hair start to reveal itself. But the hair on the top of your head, I forgot about that too. Dong hair. God, I hope it's not dong hair in my mouth. That wouldn't be fun. Mr. Beaver.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, the guy who's coming on tomorrow held his breath for 29 minutes and 3 seconds underwater.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't he just hold it for half an hour?
I don't know what's more cool. Pussy. I hope that guy speaks English. He's from Croatia. I hope he speaks English.
Be cool. You did.
Corey, good morning.
Good morning. How's it going, guys?
Awesome. Hey, dude, you were one of the most amazing movers I've ever seen in my life.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you are so freaking fun to watch. You are so cool. Charlie Lawrence, the guy who holds I think it's the 50-kilometer world record, frequents the show, and I love watching him move. But watching you move is so crazy. It is like it is something special. I want to show people. This is the final lap of this year's beer mile. Guys, and Corey, correct me if I'm. By the way, I'm Sevon, and that's Caleb. before we bombard you with questions and love, this is the final lap. You've already had 4 beers, and that's you in the back here. It looks like you're about to lap that dude, right?
Yeah. So yeah, about to go around that guy for the finish.
And this is at 3:56. By the way, beautiful production. Hats off to the Beer Mile. What a solid presentation they do of this beautiful event. This is really cool.
Russell's also going to make.
I mean, you are
Corey
something
is
else,
absolutely
dude.
tearing it up right now. That man is on a mission to try to better his world record. Can he do it? We are at 4:09, 4:10, 4:11. He's got about 80 meters.
This is how long ago? This is this year, right?
Yeah, that was just about a month ago.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Wow.
And this is in Lisbon?
Lisbon, Portugal. Yeah.
I think he's got a chance at this. We're at 4:20 with about 10, 12 meters to go. 24, 25. We're setting a new record.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. It was a great trip, man.
Nuts. Hey, everyone I talk to and I say, hey, this guy's coming on the show. This is his time. They all come with the first. Well, everyone has the same 10 questions. How does it work? What kind of beer do you drink? All that. But the biggest one I think I keep hearing is what's your mile time, fastest ever with no beers?
I've run 3:57 in the mile a few times, so indoors and then outdoors as well.
And does that make sense? That should it be faster or should it be slower? I have no relativity for what 4 beers does to you while you're running.
Yeah, the weird thing is that I can run pretty similar pace with the stopping and going while consuming the beers. I think that's where a lot of people the variance is a lot greater. Their chug times are off because the running is affecting it, or vice versa. But I can seem to run just as fast and drink the same, even out of breath, as if I just did it on its own.
So you're saying that your lap, if we put the 2 Corys down, one that's drinking beer and one's not drinking beer, their lap times are very, very similar, if not identical. Yeah,
very similar. I would say maybe at times I'm a little bit slower, like during the beer mile. But yeah, it's very close.
It would be crazy I would love to see the numbers on that. If one of your laps, like what if lap 4 of your beer mile is your fastest 400? You know what I mean? With 4 beers in you.
With 3 pounds of liquid in your stomach.
That's what that weighs.
That's how much it is at the end of the day. Yeah.
Hey, when you drink these beers, do you feel do you get any carbohydrate like spike rush from it while you're running? Like, do you feel the sugars, or do you feel any of the alcohol content in you? Do you feel any buzz or any like musculature? Like, what is that? Is 5 minutes enough for the body to start reacting to whatever's in beer?
There's no real buzz. I guess like the third beer, kind of you're super out of breath. You're really tingly. I think it's just like like it's doing something your body doesn't want to do. Like you're chugging during every rest, so you're not really getting the air in the same way. And then it's like a race, so the adrenaline's super high, obviously still, and the same like muscular fatigue is there. It's just I think the sloshing of the stomach, it's very uncomfortable, and the carbonation is ultimately what destroys you. Like it sits in your chest, and they've mic'd me up for a few of them. But if you don't get the burps out, the carbonation just builds and builds and builds. And at the end of the day, like if you don't get that up, you're gonna puke, or it's gonna come up on its own.
How many like when you drink that first beer and you go around, is it even that important? Are there checkpoints? You're like, okay, quarter way through this lap, I should have burped twice already. Like, do you have it like?
Yeah, within the first 100 meters, you have to get out the burps. If you don't get them out within the first 100, you're like it's probably gonna be a bad day for a beer mile. So yeah, within the first 100 meters, I'm probably burping 2 to 3 times. And Bleacher Report back in the day they did an article, and they highlighted a quote from me that said, "It's all about the burping. The burps can't be too deep or you'll puke." And that was the one out of the whole article. That's the quote they highlighted. So
I was gonna say, how many times do you get like really close to just like letting it rip?
Yeah, I mean, I've never puked during a race, thankfully. I have puked after, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes after, just because the stomach's upset if I didn't eat something that cooperated before. But I've never puked during, and never really felt the urge to puke. I really just feel the burps coming up, and yeah, you just gotta trust that. Hopefully, they're just burps and nothing more.
I like the way you said the Bleacher Report reported it, because you drink a sparkling water and you can just get some insane deep burps, and you can kind of enjoy them, open your mouth and let them go in a deep baritone or make them long, or you can play with the burp, right? But you're saying basically you have to almost keep your mouth shut a little bit and keep the guardrails down. You got to let it, like a big burp's coming, but you still got to modulate it as it comes out, because you don't want it to.
Yeah, it can't be so deep where you're gonna like belch, puke, get anything up. It's a shallow burp almost. I don't know how to describe it any better than that.
What's the time frame for? I know they have a no puking rule. What is the time frame after you finish before you can puke?
As soon as you finish, like if you are across that line, you can projectile puke. You can do whatever you got to do to get it out, if you want to. But yeah, it's basically during the entirety of the race, you can't puke at all, or you will have a penalty lap, and at that point you're definitely out of the race.
You are an absolute specimen. How tall are you?
6'3".
Oh, you are tall. Wow. Okay. And how much do you weigh when you're in?
Right now, probably about 175, 174 pounds.
Wow. God, you look so much heavier than that. You look so much bigger than those guys. I was really blown away that you could do pull-ups. I was going through your Instagram, because when I think of these guys, these people who are in your category of athleticism, I think, okay, they're trying to get everything from, the root of the penis up as light as possible, and everything else, just ass, quads, calves, just stack them.
Yeah.
What's the most you've ever weighed?
I think during COVID, I was injured. The very start of COVID, I think I was 180, 182, 185, somewhere in there. But yeah, right now, like I probably feel the best the weight I'm at now. And then I think my body type has changed. I just transitioned from, I was primarily just doing running, just focusing on track. And then now I've been doing triathlon. So I got my professional card. We'll do my first professional race.
Congrats.
Next month. And I think my body type has changed a lot from just doing swimming 5 days a week, every week for the last year and a bit.
Is that frowned upon, your style of training, doing dips and pull-ups and, putting meat on the upper body?
I think in the track world, definitely, and endurance world a little bit. Like I think a lot of guys just they're frail. They're shying away from that. They're just purely running or doing like core ab work, whatever it is. But I think I've always I've always maintained like strength in all ways. So I went down a weird path when I was racing a lot of Kenyans and Ethiopians and people that don't necessarily look like me, but I want to look like them, and I thought that was kind of the way for speed. So for a while there, I was actually trying to get as lean as possible, trying to look like them, trying to get skinny, and that's not my body type, that's not my strength. So yeah, I got to focus on what's best for me, and yeah, maintaining a healthy like strength routine over across the whole body is the best.
And it didn't that doesn't slow you down? I mean, your arms look huge compared to the guys you were at the starting line with at the beer mile. Your shoulders, your arms, your lats. That doesn't slow you down?
Nah, I think if anything, like I have a stronger finish because of it. I'm able to hold my form a lot better. If I have to get up to speed a bit quicker, I have a little bit more power and strength there. So I think if anything, that's kind of one of my strengths, and I got to play into it.
It's wild. You're 6'3", I'm 5'5". You said 174. You're running shape, and I think I probably weigh like 165. I mean, I have a dad bod. My shirt doesn't come off, but it's crazy. 10 inches. You could probably easily look great and ripped at 200 pounds. Also,
I mean, yeah, one day maybe we'll see. I don't know if I'd expand in certain places that I don't necessarily want to if I went up in weight, but yeah, I think for the most part, I've been blessed with pretty good genetics, and yeah, would hopefully maintain some leanness.
and how old are you?
30 years old.
The athletes I've been around, mostly CrossFitters, if they do like the CrossFit games and they have one beer, they're completely drunk. I mean, and these are big guys. These are guys who are 5'9", 195 to 200 pounds. How does I mean, is it like that with you too? 4 beers is just an insane amount of alcohol when your machine is dialed in like that?
Like, I mean, sometimes you'll all sit down and like go out with a group of friends and have one social, and it's like you're kind of feeling it after that. But for the beer mile, I don't know if it's from the running or whatnot, but my body processes the alcohol pretty seamlessly, and afterwards, obviously, a little more giddy or a little more excited. But I kind of attest that a little bit to the race as well. I don't really feel like drunk per se, which is crazy. Because I think any other time, if I was to do 4 beers, just sit down, chug them all, I mean, I think it would hit me a lot harder. But yeah, I think the running has some sort of effect on processing it a bit better or a little quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. 4 beers is so much for how dialed in you are. What happened? There have been some crazy things that have happened in these races. In Chicago the year before, and I got the video and I'll pull it up at the start. That chaos was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that you ran a 4:30 mile with only one shoe is nuts, while you also drank 4 beers. But one of the things I kept the most tense part for me watching this beer mile is when you guys come around, there are those tables set up. Does anyone ever accidentally knock over someone else's beer? And then do they have a contingency plan? Like, what if you were on your final lap and you get there and someone's knocked your beer over?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's actually happened like as another athlete hitting over theirs, but in 2018, the World Classic was in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I actually hit my own bottle over, so it fell off the table. It rolled, fell down, foamed up a little bit, and then yeah, actually at the end of that race, they measure your beer, so you're allowed 4 ounces at the end. So it's just in case there's any foaming at the end of the bottle, they'll make sure they take the bottle out of the bins right away, keep it upright, and then they'll let it settle, and then they'll pour it out at the end just to make sure, yeah, you're not leaving excess. But I actually left just the slightest amount over in 2018, so I was disqualified there. And yeah, part of it was to do with me knocking over my own beer, it kind of rolling on the table, foaming up, and then yeah, having to drink it while it was super foamy.
I noticed you have different techniques in CrossFit. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there'll be different movements. So you'll go from, let's say, push-ups to cleans. And as the athletes have gotten better and better, their transition, a lot of people are making up time in the transitions, right? Don't take time to breathe or chalk up your hands, just move to the next. I noticed two different techniques as you run up to the table. One of them is you run up to the table fast and then put on the brakes.
Yeah.
And then I also noticed that you have another technique where you run up and you actually don't stop at all and you pick up the beer and keep moving. Is that, and I can't tell if I'm conflating years or if you mix those techniques in the same race.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's a bit mixed, kind of depending on how I'm feeling, or if I need like kind of the break up to the beer just to kind of like regather, get a deep breath, and then go, or if I'm just like full steam, let's go, get the beer, get the top off, and then chug. And I carry an opener the entire race too, so yeah, kind of part of that's depending on how I'm coming in and where my arm's at that time, to get the opener on the beer.
You ever drop the opener?
Thankfully not. And I actually saw one of the Swedish guys, he does like orienteering. So part of the thing, they carry a compass most of the race. They'll go, yeah, kind of in the forest. They're all out and about. There's no real marked race course. And he does that. So he's used to having a compass on his wrist that's attached to a string. So he actually attached during the race, his opener to his wrist on a string, which is, yeah, I thought pretty smart.
Will that be something you'll do in 2026?
No, I like to live life on the edge, so I probably won't do that.
You have a case on your iPhone?
I actually do not. So.
Oh boy!
Oh, God.
Boy!
Oh, my
boy!
God.
Corey! Oh my goodness! One of these guys.
Yeah.
All right. And let's talk about the beer. What are the rules around the beer and how you choose your beer, and whether it can be a twist top or a can, or what are all the rules around that?
Yeah. So straight up, it can be a twist off. It can be a pop top, or it can be a can. It just has to be 355 milliliters ABV, and then has to be 5% ABV, 355 milliliters. Can't be a cider or anything like that. And then usually a bottle's a lot quicker just because there's a longer neck, so less foaming. You can kind of tilt it a little bit more aggressive. If you tilt a can upside down completely, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of gurgling. It doesn't come up quite as smooth. So the beer mug, traditionally it used to just use cans, kind of put them over top of your head after that. Then now it's kind of, especially these competitions, they're dialed in a bit more. So at the end of you chugging, you toss them in a bin, and then there's people there, volunteers, officials, make sure your beer's upright so they can measure at the end. But yeah, you can choose whatever beer you want. So a lot of people have kind of their favorites, what sits well, what's maybe not the most carbonated. And this year, actually, we brought just over 200 beers to Portugal with us for the competition. So you can imagine going through customs with 200 beers, and the Portuguese were looking at us with two open eyes. So
that's not like an import problem. Like, don't they have an issue with bringing alcohol from one country to another or something?
Yeah. So actually, the way we got around it was, and hopefully this doesn't get out too bad, but there was 4 of us that were going in the group, so we each had 48 beers per person. You're allowed 45 for personal consumption. So we were bringing Canadian beer, 45 for. Yeah, and we told them we would pay the extra $3, or we told them we'd pay the extra duty on the 3 beers, but they just let us through. And yeah, they had to check the rule books. I had to explain it to them. Here's a process, but yeah, either way, we got in with those.
You had to go to secondary in Portugal.
Yes,
with your beers.
Yeah.
And you tell them there that, hey, I'm here for a race and this is part of my equipment.
Hell no, I keep it as brief as possible. Because especially when there's not a ton of English being spoken, yeah, you just got to keep it as simple as possible.
And you do have a beer sponsor?
Yeah, so it's a Flying Monkeys Brewery. It's a local craft brewery out of Barrie, Ontario. Yeah, traditionally they make a lot of heavy, high octane IPAs. So they make some triple IPAs that are 10, 11%. The one I use for the race is a traditional lager. So it's it's pretty clean, it's crisp. And a lot of the beer miles used it for the competition.
Oh, that's interesting. So people are also, they see what you're doing, they're like, yeah, I'm using that one.
Yeah, so we hosted it in the the World Classic was in my hometown last year, and Flying Monkeys provided all the beer there. And yeah, a lot of the competitors really liked it. So when we went to Portugal, they asked if we could bring some, and yeah, everyone used them. They made some custom labels for everyone. Yeah, it was very, very cool.
And what is the World Classic? This event you said you had in your hometown?
So we had the Beer Mile World Classic in Windsor, Ontario in 2024.
Is that different than this race, or that's the race?
No. So yeah, every year they have it in a new spot. So we hosted that World Classic in Windsor. This year it was in Lisbon.
Oh, okay. And it was 2 years ago that it was in Chicago.
Correct. Yeah, that's 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got my years all confused. That's why. Wow, that must have been cool that it was in your hometown. Did they do that as kind of a nod to you because you did so well, or do the founders live there?
So actually, every year when it's hosted in a new spot, it's kind of like an athlete bringing it forth, or maybe an organizer bringing it forth, and then the organizing committee is kind of like, okay, if it's in your hometown, you kind of got to take the initiative, take the lead on, like, yeah, making sure the liquor laws allow for it, making sure you're able to rent the space, get the insurance, all that. So we kind of took that on ourselves, my wife and I, and yeah, it was kind of like, it was a cool thing to kind of give back. A lot of the community loves the Beer Mile. They love supporting, so it was cool to have them out. And yeah, it's a fun novelty event that we host at the university. So I ran track there for many years, and the track had just got resurfaced. So if you watch the video from 2024, there was no lines on the track, which is pretty unique.
What about the laws, like when you're in Chicago, the drinking in public laws? And you have to get a waiver on that too, or a permit for that too?
So I think it's a little less aggressive in the States. In Canada, it was pretty, like, we had to go through a lot of hoops. The university almost shut it down a bunch of times. But I think in Chicago, like, as long as they had the space rented, I don't think it was too difficult for them to allow, like, the event to happen there.
What other things around the beer? What about like temperature, or have you ever thought of asking Flying Monkey to make you a twist off so you don't have to worry about the opener?
I'm just so used to it now that it's kind of become my signature. And like, I remember going back in the day in 2016 to Austin, Texas for one, and I'd forgot my opener and went to a convenience store late at night the day before the race, got this like nice stainless steel opener, and it's still the opener I use to this day. So yeah, I keep it in a safe spot. I've used it for 9 years now. So but yeah, no, I just like using the opener. I'm comfortable with it. I mean, the last races you can see in Portugal, I kind of
saw that.
Yeah, they couldn't get under it that well, especially when I was just out of breath, a little stumbly. But yeah, that's what I'm used to for sure.
In that zone, you call it the chug zone. That's where you have to drink your beer. There's lines on the track. How big is that chug zone?
So it's 9 meters in distance. So yeah, once you get in there, you grab your beer, you have to stay in there until you finish your beer. And then you're allowed to exit that as soon as you, dispose of your beer into one of the bins. So this is actually the one in Vancouver where I did get disqualified, and TSN actually, they mic'd me up for that. So if you want to hear some burping, you can watch, I think it's called The Beast of the Beer Mile they did on YouTube. So it was a short little docu-series. And sorry, I didn't respond to your question about the temperature of the beer. So yeah, in Lisbon, it was like 40 degrees that day. They were having a massive heat wave. So we actually left our beers until right before the race, just so there wasn't as much foam. Usually I'll take it out about 30 minutes before the race, but I'll leave it on ice up until that point.
Rewind it a second. What are those lines? I still can't believe people don't accidentally knock over other people's beers. They're so cavalier when they grab the beer. What are those? It looks like there's tape lines on the table. What do those signify?
Yeah, so that's just to distinguish each individual athlete's own section. So they line up their 4 beers, and then as they go, they're kind of identified in their own section. Usually they'll have like custom koozies that are on the beer. Certain tape or signifiers that allow you to see that it's your beer. Just so people aren't grabbing the wrong person's beer.
I also noticed that when one guy puts it in the basket, he empties it before he puts it in the basket. Is that kind of a no-no? Or are you supposed to set it in there upright so they can measure your beer?
100%. Yeah, that's some definite cheating going on, I would say. And you'd see some beer milers back in the day like point their beer completely down before they put it in the bin, which, yeah, I don't agree with any of that junk. We make sure we always finish our beers.
So it's kind of a lean over, hold it by the neck, and hopefully it goes upright.
Yeah, finish it, and kind of just as you're finishing that beer and bring it down, you kind of just, yeah, there's pillows, so it should brace itself upwards, as long as you're not just tossing it.
And Corey, I thought I saw this year they were bringing the beers out during the race. No, I missaw that. All four are out there when you start the race.
Yeah, they were all out there, and then they were kind of, as they were in the bins, they would bring them to the side table just to get ready to measure them. But yeah, all the beers were out there as soon as the race was about to begin.
And how do you? Is there a qualifier for this?
So usually each country will do their own sort of like championship or identifier of some sort. So some people will do, if they can't get to like, or if there isn't a hosted national championship for the event, they'll kind of do their own on a video recording, super old school, super rugged, and they'll send it to usually the organizers or a team captain of the country, and then they'll either join the team, they'll get some team funding, but yeah, everything is pretty well organized in that sense. Once you're there, it's mostly on the countries or the team captains to kind of gather their own team. The Canadians have traditionally been pretty good. Last couple of years we haven't been as good, but this year we actually won the team championship. So they do a scoring of 4 members, and there's usually a little small bonus for winning the team championship too.
Oh, there's prize money?
Yeah, there's prize money for it. So
what's the prize money for first place?
It's different every year. So sometimes it's lesser, sometimes it's a little bit more, but there's bonuses for a world record. I think this year total may have been like 3,000 US.
Wow.
And then like a free trip out of it, which is nice. And then usually there'll be further sponsorships with that. So right now I'm competing in professional triathlon, so I do have a sponsorship through the Beer Mile World Classic to represent them on my triathlon kit. So yeah, that's not prize money oriented, but a separate sponsorship. And then one of the organizers also works for a firm, so he separately sponsored me through that.
Is it growing every year?
I think there's more interest, more people hearing about it. It's kind of a hard event. Like, I think the once a year people tune in, people see it, it blows up on social media, especially if there's a world record or like a shoe falling off, something crazy that happens. But for the most part, it's just word of mouth, videos that go viral. I'd say it doesn't attract huge crowds. We did do it at a halftime of a pro soccer game once, where sold out crowd is pretty crazy. It was weird chugging beers in front of a bunch of kids, but otherwise it was a cool in and out event. Like, we had to promise the organizer no puking, set up the tables, get the race done in 12 minutes max, and then they're back on with the soccer game. So yeah, it was
that a world championships you did there, or just an exhibition?
Just exhibition, yeah. So that was, I believe that was 2017 in San Francisco. So it was at a Delta soccer game, which I don't think the team actually exists any longer.
It's crazy because, when you hear about it in college, there was always, something like the beer mile, or they would do these beer races on bikes. But when you start putting times up like 4:27, you realize it's not a joke. Like, holy shit, someone had to really train for this.
Yeah.
someone did some world-class just human stuff.
The funny part is, like, I watched the first iteration of, they had the world championships back in the day. FlowTrack put them on.
That was like 11 years ago, right? It's in its 11th year.
Yeah, I think that would have been, well, the Beer Mile World Classic they started it, and then FlowTrack put on the World Championship, which was a different organized race. But that one, I remember watching it. They had it in Austin, Texas. I think it was 2014, I want to say. And last minute, there was issues with the track, it being allowed on the track. So they actually did it at a F1 facility or NASCAR facility, maybe in Austin, Texas. It was at a racetrack anyway. and they laid down rubber track. Like they did it the whole day of, they're just trying to organize this and orchestrate something because they had all the athletes in town. And we went to one of the guys on campus. We went to his house and the whole team watched it. And I just couldn't understand like how these guys could chug out of breath, do it in one go, back to back to back beers. It just didn't make sense to me. And then we had tried one in university just for fun, and I did okay, but still needed a little bit of a break in between beers. And then 2 years went by, and I was like, I feel like if I just commit to chugging, like just force that chug down, I can do it. Like I know I can chug in one go. I can open my throat. It's no big deal. It's just like forcing that beer kind of down. And then once I did one in 2016, did one on a Thursday night, just with my twin brother and a friend. We taped it, and then I actually beat the world record at the time. I said, I'm going to go for it. My friend came over with a 6-pack, filmed it, broke the world record at the time. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm actually okay at this. Didn't think anything of it though. I wasn't going to ever do another one again. It was more or less just to see if I could do it. And then I was on a plane to England like 24 hours later, because I didn't know this, but it just so happened they're having the World Classic in England that year. Everyone was already over there. I was going to get in the night before the race. And then, they got me on a flight, and then I raced, broke the world record again. And then this is where all this snowball.
What year was that?
It was 2016. So it was a crazy, like, it was a crazy week in my life, to be honest. I was a young dude, and I was working as a kids camp counselor at a university track camp. Did the event after a 12-hour work day, because I also work at a running shoe store as well. And did the beer mile just on a whim. Friend came over. He's like, you got to try this, man. So then we did it. The Beer Mile World Classic contacted me, said, hey, get on a flight tonight. We'll pay for it. We'll cover you, whatever. And then I just, it was spontaneous. I figured it out, and then went to England and broke the world record.
How did they see it? If it's just you and your twin brother doing it, how'd they see it? You made a video and just put it on YouTube?
Yeah, so we sent it to Canadian Running, which is a big like running magazine in Canada, and they put it on their YouTube. And then a bunch of people just got a hold of it. They got a hold of it, and everyone thought it was kind of a fluke or maybe a fake video or something. So then they're like, all right, we'll bring him to the World Classic. We'll see if he's got the goods. And then I was in England for like 48 hours. Broke the world record, saw one of my best friends over there, and just a crazy trip.
Did you go by yourself, or did they let you bring someone?
I went solo. I got friends to drive me up to Toronto, so that's about a 3.5-hour drive to the airport there. Jumped on a flight, got in, stayed with a friend that happened to be there visiting his brother. Like, I told him last minute, he's like, I said, meet me at this train station. He's like, I doubt this guy's coming. Like, there's no way. Why would he come to England right now?
Yeah.
Met me at the train station just to see, and then stayed at his brother's house, did the beer mile, and then left the next day. So
crazy jet lagged and had done a beer mile 48 hours earlier.
Yeah, so that's honestly been kind of my go-to if I want to set a world record. I just get in, I kind of create the trip like that. So even in Lisbon, we left and got in the day before the event.
Oh my God.
Did some sightseeing, did a bunch of walking, got in 30,000 steps that day, and then raced the next day. And that seems to be the trick for me, even in Manchester when the world record was 4:28, which was 2021, I believe. That same trip, I just booked it. I was there for 50 hours total. So it's like, that seems to be the sweet spot. Obviously I extended my trip this time with Portugal afterwards, but getting in like just before the event seems to work well for me.
The 4:28, was that your world record also?
Yeah.
That first beer mile that you did when you sent in the video to the Canadian Running Magazine, what was your time?
That was 4:39.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I thought you were going to say like 7:04.
No, like I kind of messed things up because, like I said, there's a world record bonus, and I just went balls to the wall. I just tried to see if I could actually run that thing fast and get the beers down fast. So I didn't even think about the event. I didn't think about anything else, or I didn't think about the money or bonus aspect of it. It was just more or less just see if I could do it fast. So yeah, kind of screwed the beer mile over a little bit because it went from like just being under 5 minutes to me going 4:39 in one race, and then yeah, it set the bar a bit higher.
And you were just a kid back then too. I mean, you were 22 or something.
Yeah, I think I was second year university. So yeah, I was just honestly having fun. Like, and then it did get dangerous sometimes. If I'd be out with like a group of the guys, we'd be downtown. A lot of guys would recognize me, like, "You're the beer mile guy, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they'd be like, "I want to chug off against you." And I would get so many people that they just want to chug off and see if they can beat the beer mile world record holder. So yeah.
Oh, they've got to run. Fuck you. You got to at least run a 400 against you before you get to do it. Hey, run with me a 400 as hard as you can.
Oh yeah, and the amount of messages I get from like frat boys or even old guys that just like to drink. That even in Lisbon, they said like there's a couple times I might finish my beer and there's like a tiny little bit of foam at the end that spewed out. And like, this guy's not finishing his beer. He's like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, that's when you know the sport's made it.
Yes, for sure.
When people are watching that kind of stuff. And 4 ounces is like, what is 355 milliliters? Is that 16 ounces or 12 ounces? Do we know for us Americans?
It's 12 fluid ounces. Yeah.
12 ounces.
So 4 ounces is pretty generous. They're trying to keep everyone in. Does anyone do it? Is that any part of the tactic to like not drink all the beer?
It's just so risky because I think no matter what, you're gonna get like the tiniest bit of foam at the end. So you don't really want to play that game of like being too close. You want them as clean as possible. Yeah, I have a picture actually of how much was left over just in case. And we didn't post this, but yeah, it was a minuscule amount of beer left over from the race. So
I guess a way you could test it is you could I'd be curious how they do it. They take a full beer, they crack the top, they pour the whole thing out down the sink, and then when the last liquid comes out, you quickly turn it back up and then let the foam settle and then pour that out, and then you kind of know. Because really it would be lame if they didn't have some allowance because it would just affect the time so much.
100%. Yeah. Like, and that's the thing, like they never used to measure. It used to be, again, you just tilt it over your head. That was kind of the old school rules. And then they started measuring and actually having like a limit. A limit that's kind of associated with that.
Yeah, absolutely wild. And so you go to England and you do that. And then do you know after that, that's going to be part of your, yearly, of your stops? You've been very active for, obviously years, doing different types of events, whether it's running the 1500 or 1800. What did you run in college?
1500 meter, and then did the 800 as well.
800. And did you know after you won in England that it was going to be now part of your circuit? Okay, on my calendar, that's no,
I didn't at all. I didn't think much of it. Like after the England one, I thought that was it. Like I probably won't do many more of these. It wouldn't fit with like race schedule, training schedule, but honestly, in a lot of ways, it's truly helped me. Like, been in contact with like a lot of good brands over the years, been partners with a lot, and then even like these events. For example, when we went to Berlin in 2018, so I did the beer mile there, and then that kind of allowed me to. I did a European track and field circuit there, so I raced in Sweden, I raced in Luxembourg, I raced in Belgium, so it allowed me to be there in Europe, get there. I did a camp there for 2 weeks in Netherlands. So yeah, it's allowed me to see the world in a lot of ways and connect me with a lot of good people, good brands. So I if there's a place for me to fit in each year, I'll make space for it, and then I'll keep doing them for sure. Because it's once a year, it's 4 beers at the end of the day, and it's a time I don't take myself too seriously, which is always a good thing.
I'm going to tell you, yesterday I probably watched 2 or 3 hours of just footage on you doing different things throughout your life, and obviously a lot of beer mile stuff. And it made me want to go out and run. Like I was like, oh, this is cool. And I watched your Instagram where you do an interval training, and I could tell how pumped you were getting. I'm like, oh, I need to run more. But that being said, I remember many years ago, I was at Rich Froning's house, fittest man alive 4 years in a row. and I had him take his shirt off, and it was snowing, and we built this huge bonfire. And then I went to the grocery store and I got all this food, and I would in a baseball bat, and he would throw the food up and then hit it with a bat, like a can of beer or an orange or a cantaloupe. And we were just having fun, and we posted the video and some pictures. And I know it's a minority, but it's a loud minority. They started getting pissed. They're like, "There's people starving, and you're wasting." Do you get people who push back and like, you're hurting the sport by putting this alcoholism serious? People beat their wives when they're drunk. Do you get like all these people who get triggered by alcohol, and they just they don't see the appeal? Because I personally think you probably convert more people from drinking to not drinking and actually getting off their ass. But I'm sure there's some people who have alcoholism in their life, right? Who, whether it's them or their parents, who get triggered by it. Do you get that?
Yeah, I get like all those worlds kind of that collide together and come at me sometimes. And I think I struggle with it when I first started like doing these events, because I'm like, a lot of people from afar, they see like this beer mile guy, they just think I'm just this like frat boy chugging beers, alcoholic kind of guy. And that's kind of that's the complete opposite. That's the funny part of it. And it is a parody in some ways to the sport of track and field if you just look at it surface level. But if you look at it in a deeper like instance of what we're doing, we aren't training for these events like by chugging beers. We're training for these events by running. And obviously you have to have the ability to chug, but that's not the premise really of the event. So yeah, there's been people that think I'm not the best influence, role model. Yeah, they think they're hurt by like some instances of alcoholism in their family. And I don't promote that. I don't condone that. That's not me at all. I understand that aspect of things. And yeah, they just gotta understand what I'm doing, who I am. And at the end of the day, I enjoy fitness, and I enjoy having a good time and not taking myself too seriously. I think those are the biggest things. Like this event's only helped me, and yeah, I'll continue to do them if it allows me to travel, meet good people. And then I wouldn't be on this show if it weren't for the event. So yeah, I got to give kudos to that. I take care of myself 364 days of the year, and for the beer mile, I have a little fun. So
I mean, I was just as you were talking, I was looking at your skin and how clear your eyes are, and I see how you present yourself on Instagram. And no matter what anyone says, you have to know, I think the vast majority of people are more like me. You're definitely an inspiration. I never, after watching all of that, I never considered once doing the beer mile. Maybe I was like, oh, I wonder what that would be like with sparkling water or something like that. But it's insane to think that you're not having a net positive effect. Can you train with sparkling water?
yes.
Do you?
So actually, some of the women's beer milers, that's primarily what they'll train with. They'll do like quarter mile repeats, 400-meter repeats, and they'll use sparkling water. And I actually think, I mean, the carbonation is quite heavy. It's quite sharp. So I think it actually burns like an intense amount more down your throat. Whereas the beer is it's a little bit softer of a feel. It can be still sharp, but I don't think it's as sharp as sparkling water.
I love that's my favorite thing, obviously, about sparkling water is that burn. And there's this one that comes in a glass bottle in the States. I think it's from Europe. It has some weird name. They don't sell it in 6-packs, and it only comes in glass. It's like Golden Schlager. It has some weird name I can't even pronounce. Do you know what it is? What I'm talking about? It's a long, narrow bottle.
I do know one really good one that comes in a bottle. It's called Topo Chico.
Oh, Topo Chico is great too. That sucker burns. I love that.
That's some of my favorite. Like in Canada, we can't get it, but anytime in the States, I remember like crushing those, especially like California, Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what really upset me about them is that they started using plastic. You know what I mean? Like they got into Costco and shit. And it's just like, I just love really painful sparkling water too cold out of a glass bottle. I don't know what makes it. And I like it a little salty. I like it like, strong. When you said the women train with sparkling water, why the men, you don't hear men doing that?
I think the men will use more like non-alcoholics. Or they'll use like the Swedes, man. They will do beer miles the day of the event. Like they're some of the craziest people, like in the best way that I've ever met.
Like you'll see someone do 4 bottles of 10%.
I mean, yeah, you'll see some people do high octane ones. It's not the preferred method, but
Oh my
yeah,
God.
afterwards,
octane.
afterwards is not the prettiest sight.
Yeah, those craft beers too. Like the ones that you drink. I think of those as I can remember being places when I used to drink beer and having just one that's like 10% and being like, oh shit, I don't feel good. Like I'm spinning.
Yeah. So you got to be careful. I mean, the beer I use is a standard lager, so it's 355, 5%, and it's smooth. So it's yeah, it's actually refreshing. I usually try and go into the races and like I want like I'm almost dehydrated in a little sense that I want to be able to drink at least the first 2 beers.
Yeah.
The third beer is obviously going to be one of the hardest beers. The fourth beer is just get it down and finish the race. But yeah, you kind of want to go into it slightly thirsty. So yeah, it goes down a bit smoother. You're actually craving something to drink.
What do you drink afterwards? After you do an event like that, high out mile, are you have an unquenchable thirst? Like if you drink is it like you drink a gallon of water and you're still thirsty? You get that feeling?
This year in Lisbon, it was honestly the hottest weather I've ever experienced for a race. Like it was 40 plus degrees. So I couldn't even like hydrate after. I tried to use like Reolite, which is Redmond Salt's electrolyte mix. So and I used probably like 3 scoops of that, and I just couldn't get nourished after that. So yeah, I mean most events I'll just have water after, and then sometimes they'll have like a little after party. And I'm not a huge party guy, but usually I'll partake in that and yeah, have a night out after the event.
And if it's 104 degrees outside, track and tennis are kind of similar. That means the field with the radiant heat, I think it's called radiant heat coming off the ground, it probably felt like it was more like 120, right? Because like yesterday I went to a tennis tournament and it was 96 degrees and I stood out on the court and it felt like it was fucking 196 degrees.
Yeah, I mean 100%. And there was a turf field at this facility as well. So they have like the turf field heats up because it just has those little pebbles of rubber in it. So it was just, yeah, it was honestly like steaming hot, and there wasn't, if you look at the venue, there was no real shade around. So it was just kind of get there, try to stay as cool as you can. I put ice down my shirt. I soaked my hat before the event. And yeah, you're warming up and treating it like any other race too.
What are the event organizers like? You like them? Like, is there a good friendship between the athletes and the event organizers?
Definitely. I mean, I think the biggest way to describe them is like they take care of everyone, and they bring anyone in like family. Like if you guys showed up and you're like, hey, I want to do a live podcast at the beer mile, they would like set you up. They'd give you a space. You know, they really they're super hospitable. And yeah, each year it goes to new countries, so you're meeting new people from those countries. You're meeting new organizers, and then the overarching like Beer Mile World Classic, those organizers, they understand the sport, they understand the people. Everyone's kind of in the same mentality, same mindset for the event.
But also serious as a heart attack. If you cross the line, DQ'd, you vomit a little bit, DQ'd. Like I remember in that documentary I watched, they were like, the guy was saying like, wow, you get here and this is as like tight as a ship that they run in terms of an athletic event.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually like, if you look from afar, it's the beer mile. You can't really think, oh, there's much to it. There's much officiating or regulations, but it's like it's to a T. There's a rule book. They follow it. They make sure everything is structured, maintained. Only certain people are allowed in certain areas at the event to touch certain beers, to measure certain beers. So yeah, it's very thorough. Yeah, when you're in the race, it's just everyone's locked in. The spectators are watching from afar, and then the organizers are just all dialed in just to make sure everything's going smoothly, and yeah, everyone's following the rules. Ultimately, there was an instance in 2018. There's a newer athlete that came into the sport. He had run like just around 5 minutes, maybe just under, and yeah, seemed like a decent dude. He actually ended up putting water in his beers.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Oh my God.
Which they didn't realize till after. He
That should be a documentary. I cheated the beer mile. That would
Yeah.
be amazing. Like because it's kind of satire, but not right.
He left some water though in his beers, and when they were like measuring the end, it's just clear liquid. So he got caught pretty quick, and he was never welcome back, obviously, after that instance. And they make sure they check inside the beers, they check the outside. They make you bring a spare fifth beer just so they can try it out, test it out as well. So he kind of changed how closely they're looking at things, especially.
Hey, that's when you know you've arrived, man.
Yeah,
The system.
Hey, next you're gonna have someone run with like pants on, and have you seen like those things that you can put on your hips that make you run faster? Those mechanical leg things.
Yeah. We'll
Wow.
see. We'll see. I mean, it's hard to say where things will progress to.
Hey, so what did he do? He cracks a beer, pours out the beer, puts water in, and then gets the top back on.
Yeah, resealed it. So
wow.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
He went to great lengths to make sure he was drinking water.
Wow,
That's crazy.
that is amazing. Hey, whoever you are, you should make a documentary about yourself. How I cheated the beer mile and got caught. I'm telling you, you'll get 1 million views on that.
I think he was in I believe he was top 3 as well. Like he was in the prize money. And yeah, he got caught, and
He didn't even win.
He didn't win. No.
Oh, what a loser! Come on.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. He didn't win. So yeah, it was a bit laughable.
And then you in the documentary I also saw there was a young lady who was competing who had been banned from the Olympics for I didn't Google her name. I don't know what substance she got in trouble for.
It was nandrolone. So it's steroid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and they put her in the elite class instead of the world championships, and that made me think when they did that to her that somehow is this event like recognized by some official track and field association, or why did they do that? Just for to calm the crowd?
Yeah, I think it was more or less like they kind of, so before the event, they talked to all the athletes, especially all the female racers, and asked, is it okay, like Shelby's under a ban, is it okay if she races the World Classic, and if she gets the world record, are you guys okay with it? So it was just like completely hypothetical if she was going to get the world record. All the girls are like, yeah, we just don't want her racing with us. So they put her in the heat previous to that. And she ended up, getting the world record by a decent amount. And I think the girls, they just didn't expect it. So they just said, oh, if she gets the world record, it's all good. But then a lot of the girls, there was a pretty big backlash after that, just because she had tested positive. She was under a ban, like within the actual track and field organization.
So she hadn't got to the end of her 4-year ban when she did that?
No, she just got to the end of her ban, I believe. It would have been a year after. So yeah, late last year.
And her, by the way, her time is Shelby Houlihan 5:43.
Yeah.
So more than a minute behind the male time.
Yeah.
And you had the previous world record at 4:28, Corey?
Yeah, before Portugal, and then before that, I think it was 4:30, 4:31, 4:33, somewhere in there. It's been a couple. So I think since 2016, I've held on to the record.
So I thought this was last year, but this is 2 years ago. This is an incredible fall here.
So it was a British athlete that actually they had us really tightened up for this race, and then the cut-in, like everyone's on kind of a waterfall start, and the cut-in is right away. So as soon as you get out of the chug zone, everyone's gunning for lane 1, and I didn't have the best first chug. I usually don't have the best first chug. So there's actually a British athlete that clipped my foot. He went down. My shoe came off in a result of that. Yeah, you can see it kind of fly off in the next few steps. I think it's back off my heel there.
This is you here.
Yeah.
And this dude, so he gave you what we used to call in elementary school a flat tire.
Oh, you gave me a flat tire, that's for sure.
And so Was it your right foot or your left foot?
I believe it was my left foot.
Okay, so this one that's striking up in the front.
Yeah.
How do I go one frame? Oh,
It's
there we go.
Greater than less than sign.
Okay, so you still have it on.
Yeah, it comes off pretty shortly after this, I believe. I knew it was hanging on to my heel for dear life, and I knew it was going to last the whole race. So I kind of threw it back on one of my last few steps. I think it might be, when it changed vantage points, it might be in here actually, is when it came off.
And are you up in the front there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so and what are you? Oh, there it is on the. I can see it on the track back there.
So
Wow, I can see it.
I threw my
Go
foot
ahead. Sorry.
pretty heavy there. So I just, tried to have some more powerful strides where I'm kind of kicking back my leg a bit more just to kind of spit it off.
Oh, so you kicked it when you knew that it was impeding you and you're like, okay, I have to make on the second decision, kick it off or.
Yeah, I mean, because it was literally off the back of my heel. It was going to fall off regardless, but it was better to get it off then and just kind of focus on my race and running than to kind of hopefully have it just stay on very, very minimally and then have it fall off within the next 100 meters after that. So it was just like, get it off now instead of a little bit down the track.
Hey, did any part of you think about just throwing in the towel there?
A small part of me, but then I was kind of rattled. I was kind of pissed. My family had come from Windsor to Chicago to watch the race. Yeah, my wife's there. Like I had people there, friends there, and I'm not a quitter either. So I was like, if anything, this is gonna hurt a bit. It's gonna be shit, but at least we'll finish it, and hopefully we'll still win.
And you did. You ran a 4:30, right?
Oh yeah, 4:30 there. Yeah, but my foot after was not very pretty. I land pretty heavy on the side of my foot, so say this is the outer edge. In the track, it's not very forgiving surface. That was a mondo track, so it's almost like a very, very hard carpet. So for 4 laps of the track, I land like that, and I step, say, my cadence is probably about 180 steps per minute or so. So it's like, just grinding on the track, and at the end of it, my toe actually had a chunk out. So the nail here was gone, and I had an L chunk out of the side of it. So I was going to do nationals a couple weeks later for track and field, and I couldn't compete at nationals just because I couldn't train for a couple weeks.
720 just grinding on the left side. Hey, there's a close up at the end of the race of your foot and your sock is black there. Is that blood pouring through your sock?
Yeah, it was just it was dark blood at the time, and yeah, I puked after that race, to be honest. I don't know if it was from just seeing my foot kind of, or the toe kind of hanging off, or if my stomach was just a bit mangled, but yeah, you don't realize how important your feet are until you mangle them like that.
And the whole time I was thinking, I wasn't thinking so much of your foot. I was thinking about the fact of now one of your legs is an inch longer or 3/4 of an inch longer than the other one. And that must've been a trip. Every time you took a step,
Yeah.
like you're like, oh shit. Like almost like you had a limp all of a sudden.
Well, 100%.
I mean, I didn't see it in the video. You look beautiful, but
yeah, I mean, and the spikes nowadays, they all have like carbon plates in them too. And my one foot is like, it wants to spring. My one leg wants to really go. And my other leg, it truly feels like a flat tire. I'm just smacking the ground and not really getting that same kind of bounce or spring from it. So it did feel like a bit of a hitch in the step.
Was your sock like sliding off too? Like
The
I feel
sock,
like that's like the most annoying thing is when
dude,
your
it
socks
stayed.
are sliding
I was
off.
thinking that too, Caleb. It stuck on so tight.
yeah, that sock was honestly incredible. And I like, it didn't have holes in it, nothing. It was like, I was like pretty impressed by that part alone.
What kind of
Let me see.
socks were it? Let me see if
Yeah, they should sponsor you.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
great. Did they ever sponsor you? That sock company?
It was a smaller sock company out of Toronto. I don't know if they still exist. It was Undefined X. And yeah, they were sending me like free pairs for a bit. They didn't really have the capital to sponsor me, but I mean, had it been Stance or a bigger company, that would have been pretty awesome.
I was gonna say if it was Stan socks, that'd be pretty sick.
Yes.
This is the end of the race. You get a little bit of a grimace. And do you know at that point your foot is going to have some issues? Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's the blood. You can see it.
I could feel it for sure because it was just starting to throb. Like I don't think during the race I could really. I mean, it hurt for sure. You can see me grimacing most of the race, but I didn't know like kind of the extent of it. And then when I finished, it was really throbbing. And it felt almost like I broke my toe before, and it just felt like a broken toe or two. But then I realized it was just like it was really shredded. That was the biggest thing, and then just bruised. That side of the foot was pretty bruised.
Did you have a different soreness on your calf the next morning on that leg from the way you were striking, or a
Yeah,
different soreness in that leg?
the Achilles and calves were definitely a little beat up, but yeah, the foot was the I was hobbling around for a couple of days, and then we actually went to St. Martin the week later on vacation. So had to wrap my foot up on the beach just because yeah, you don't want really sand in that area.
What do you do? Is that hard for you not to train, like psychologically, like to take 2 weeks off and let the foot heal? Or are you like,
Yeah, I'm like a caged animal. I want to rip. I want to go. So yeah, it's difficult. Like I can't. I'm not. I have a hard time sitting still. Like after this, I'll go. It's Labor Day here, so I'll go in the open water. I'll swim for a bit, and then I have a track workout after. So I like moving. I like trying to push myself, and I like going to the deep end sometimes.
what do you have a machine, a go-to machine if you need to get on something and burn some energy or get some conditioning? What's your go-to machine?
That's a good question. And do you mean in terms of strength, cardio?
Yeah, like do you have it like a C2 rower, or do you do an Echo bike from Rogue, or like, do you just do the C2 erg? Like do you have a go-to like at your house that you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go sit on this for an hour? And
I do love a Concept 2 rower. It's a hard machine that yeah, I think keeps you very very fit in all ways. And then here at home I have
by the way, that was the right choice to say, even if it's not true. That's the only man machine.
yeah, man,
That's the man machine.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Like if you want to see if you have good cardio, good strength, a mix of both, it'll test you no matter who you are. But yeah, I have a smart trainer in my I have a workout shed in the back. It's basically a garage without a garage door, but it's smart trainer. So I hook up Zwift to it, and Zwift it essentially gamifies biking. So yeah, you can do workouts on there. You can kind of it simulates mountains. So if I'm climbing a mountain, my trainer will be higher resistance. So I usually I just like sitting on the trainer and doing some workouts that way. It gets hot in there, but yeah, I mean I think the heat adaptations from kind of just sitting there melting in your own sweat and heat is a good thing.
And when you say it's a trainer, you put your own, it's your bike.
Yeah. So my bike's sitting on it. So yeah, it simulates everything I'm gonna use during a race, which is pretty awesome.
The posture, the cadence, everything. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nothing fancy at all, but it gets the job done for sure. And then I like getting out and about. I like going for runs outside. Like there's nothing that makes me feel more alive than just being out on a waterfront path. Getting a fast run in.
Hey, what do you think are the implications for your athleticism in regards to the fact that you had a twin? What do you think how that played a role? Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy, yeah. So yeah, he's an incredible athlete as well, and very smart guy. So he's kind of like he was a training partner of mine growing up, but also like a coach. He's very he's in our group chat. His name's Sports Analyst. He loves any and all sports. He will get down to the nitty gritty of the rules, the athletes, the stats. He's an engineer by trade, so numbers make sense to him and he enjoys them. So yeah, we were always just competitive. Like you have someone that's 12 minutes younger than you, similar capabilities, similar body type, and we would just whether we were wrestling, racing the dog out back, playing basketball till 12 a.m. We were just always competing. So yeah, I think he's one of the guys that kept my fire always ignited, and yeah, if I was feeling tired, he was ready to go, and I didn't want to let him win. So there was no option to ever go easy.
Were you guys in the same sack or two separate sacks, identical or fraternal?
Fraternal, yeah. So we look like brothers. Don't look like identical twins.
How old was your mom when she had you? Do you know?
She would have been 30 years old. My dad was 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have fraternal twins, and I think I'm saying that word right. And my wife had them when she was 39, and we were totally surprised. But the doctor told us, or someone told us, that hey, when women who are over 35 start dropping multiple eggs. I always thought that was like a part of like evolution, right? They're like, yo, bitch, you got to hurry up. We give you 2 at a time now, you know? So that's why I was curious. And I've noticed that, there's some really famous twins. The most famous ones I can think of are the Rottola brothers. I don't know if you're familiar with them,
Mhm.
the Fighting Brothers. But my twins can't keep their hands off of each other. And we have a jiu-jitsu room at the house, and they train together. And if one of them's training the other, it's like you said, I'll take them out to run hill sprints, and one will be like, I'm not going. But by the time we get to the front of the house and start walking to the hill, the other one's run up, and he's like, I could beat him every time. I don't have to. And then it just starts.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and every day there's like hours of wrestling. And was it like that? I'm guessing it was like that for you.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, like speaking to my childhood. That's exactly how it was. Um, and then even sometimes, like my brother, he'd be at swim practice, kind of like we both swam in high school, and he was messing around at swim practice, and I'm like, well, like there's no option for me to mess around. I want to go hard, so like that only ignited my fire more to like, okay, he's having a fun day. I'm gonna have a hard day, and I'll be better than him tomorrow. So. Yeah, it was always fun, man. We went back and forth, and yeah, it's true though. If words were said or anything, we couldn't keep our hands off each other. We had some good wrestling matches growing up for sure.
Um, how did you keep it healthy? So yesterday I took the boys to the tennis tournament, and one of the boys went undefeated, and the other one went 2-4. And the one that went 2-4, they're 8. He after his first loss, he was crying, and he was like, "Man, why do I suck so bad at tennis?" But then I noticed when his brother took a gold, he ran over and hugged him and was holding his medal and telling him how great he was. And I always get worried, like, because I just want them to play. I don't
Mhm.
care about their placement. I'm at that age where like, hey, dude, I don't even care. How did you guys keep it so it never got over the top or resentful?
Yeah, I just never over celebrated. Like I did it for me. I didn't do it for anything external. So if my brother had a bad race, yeah, I would ask him about it, ask him how to get better, focus more on that aspect of things instead of celebrating something that might have went well for me. Because at the end of the day, if it went well for me, intrinsically, I'm happy. It's all good. Like it's satisfying, but I don't need to celebrate. I don't need anything external from that. So, yeah, I didn't see any excitement from that. So, my brother, he was very, very smart academically, getting awards in that sense. And then at awards banquets in high school and university, if I got awards, I'd always give a nod to him because part of that award, like it also goes to him. It's a celebration of him helping me, him supporting me, him giving me like training advice or being a training partner. So it was more of a team effort than anything, always.
Yeah, that's cool to hear you say that because they have an older brother who's 10, and they always seem more excited when one of their brothers does well than if they do well. Like if they do well, you're right. They're just kind of like, okay, I got this. But if one of their brothers does well, they go fucking bonkers.
Yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing, and I think that also comes from like how you're raising them, how my parents raised us, what the main focus was, and how everything was kind of treated equally between like all siblings.
Are you a religious guy?
I mean, I'm faithful. I don't go to church every week or anything, but yeah, I'm a faithful guy.
And did your parents instill that in you?
My parents did, and then my grandma as well. And then my parents were actually this is a side fact, but they met in the army. So my mom was a sergeant, my dad was a corporal. Mom was a higher rank and always has been. But yeah, they instilled a lot of like discipline and structure and routine and respect in our lives, and that's how we were raised.
And when you say you're faithful, meaning like you have values that you take from scripture that you make sure you carry into your life?
100%. Yeah. So it's like I grew up Roman Catholic. I grew up in the church every Sunday up until basically university. And then as I got older, I'm still faithful. Yeah. Still take a lot of things from the scriptures and stories and everything within religion. But yeah, kind of transitioned past having to be in church. I still pray, obviously, yeah, I'm still faithful in my own practice. But yeah, just found some stuff outdated, so didn't want to take from some of that stuff, and also want to incorporate my own values of like how the world is today.
Yeah, and I don't mean to disparage the Bible, make it less than what other people see it as, but it sounds like you saw that having these values or cooking from this book for your life led to happiness, success. Like, hey, if I stay true to these values, these types of things happen in my life. And so it's working.
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot of non-negotiables that I have in my life, and yeah, I think obviously from being raised in the family I was raised, being brought up in the church I was brought, I was able to pick from different things, and yeah, uh, represent myself in a way that made me happy, made me feel like more like a man. And then there's people like in my life, my wife, my family, that still hold me accountable and check me in that sense.
And when you say non-negotiables, would you be willing to share maybe one of them, an example?
Yeah, just well, one of them that my wife and I talked about the other day is like we always say yes to family stuff, because especially you don't know how long. I mean, everyone has a different timeline in life, and yeah, tomorrow could be someone's last day. So if there's an opportunity to get up for an hour, 30 minutes instead of cleaning the house, which sometimes we hold more importance onto, or something like that, it's better to go out, go make memories, go really facilitate better friendships, and nourish those relationships instead of focusing on the nitty gritty that's going to maybe stress you out in the long run. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, just if family is important, you keep that thing right there in the forefront.
I don't know what did it for me. Maybe it was I saw it. I don't know if it's in the 10 Commandments or something, but I saw something like honor the parents or something. And I remember being in my mid-30s and thinking of how many times I've said no to my mom. And I made a choice at that point that no matter what she asked me, like if she's like, hey, will you come change my screen door? I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like and I enjoy it now. You know, at 53, I'm like, oh yeah, and even like the other day, she's like, hey, will you come to my house and dig this hole for me? I want to plant a plum tree. I'm like, no problem. Like, yes. What time? Tell me where. Yeah, what a great trait. Did you have a moment where you realized that you wanted to make that one foundational?
Yeah, I think when we like moved into our first place a few years back and got married, all that stuff, I think life can sometimes feel busier than it might be, or you're making certain things seem like more of a priority than they need to be. But yeah, I think if you go back, you really reflect, you have conversations with the people closest to you, and you figure out what really matters. And that's kind of what we came to the decision of. We were just laying in bed, and I don't think we want to go to something that weekend with a friend or family. And like my wife kind of brought it to my attention. She's like, how long are these people going to be here? We don't know that. Like, why don't we just start saying yes to these things and making like time for them? Because at the end of the day, say you go to, you're dreading it, and then you go. A lot of times that you go to these things, these outings, or with people that mean something to you, you're gonna have a good time.
99%. You're dreading it and you go have a blast. Yeah.
It's the lead up. So it's like you can't focus on that, like that lead up, that part's that's stressing out. It's the same as a workout. A lot of times people don't want to get out the door, they don't want to go to the gym, they don't want to like go do a workout. You feel so good afterwards though. So I think it's about focusing on the during and the after, then so much the lead up too.
Yeah, you're dreading going somewhere where people are going to shower you with love and you're going to love people.
Exactly.
And then you get there and you're like, what was I thinking? What is do you have a greatest moment in your training where you adjusted your running style? Do you have the greatest cue or greatest moment? Like, was there someone said, hey dude, running is leaning forward, or hey dude, never fucking heel strike again? Or is there something that's like, oh shit, and you made an adjustment?
There's a lot of them. And there's a lot of cues I still use today. And it took a lot like to get to the point I'm at now. Like, I've been running competitively, I'd say since grade 7, like 2007. So since I was just a young guy. And like I'd say a coach from about 5 years ago always said quick and relaxed. So a lot of people, I think, as they want to go quick, they're getting tense, they're gritting their teeth.
Yeah, you look so relaxed. Yeah, you except for that last 400, I could
Yeah.
see you were stomping the concrete a little bit, but you look so relaxed.
Yeah, and I think if you can kind of push that cue as long as you can, just quick relax, keep repeating that, and kind of stay in that state where you're just flowing, your body will work together. It's the same as golf. If you try and muscle the golf club and not really utilize it in the way it's needed to be utilized, there's 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds that they're gonna outdrive you every time. But if you really if you go slow, if you let the club do the work, if you flow it out, you'll hit the ball further. And running's no different. You can't be tense. You got to be relaxed in a sense, even though it's super uncomfortable. So yeah, it's just
God,
I
I
think.
love that approach right there. God, that's so good.
And then I think the biggest thing is I read some books growing up that always said the quieter your steps are when you're running, the more efficient you tend to be. So just making sure you're doing a full cycle of legs, almost like you're running over some small wickets. And yeah, you want to make sure your midfoot strike when you land is right underneath or just in front of your hips. So your momentum is always going forward. You're not, stepping on the brakes at all when you're heel striking. You're always in that forward motion. You're always in that forward cycle.
So you'll if you hear something you don't like, you'll go while you're running, you'll go into your body and start making adjustments.
Yeah,
Small
100%.
tweaks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You take an audio cue and then go inside and then start adjusting.
100%. Even I'll tell myself, sometimes I have a habit of hiking up the shoulders a bit when I'm starting to get tense, and just bringing those back and just keeping the arms more fluid, because your arms are going to follow your legs. So if you can keep everything kind of relaxed up top, just flowing, your stride's going to be longer, your stride's going to be more fluid, you're going to be bouncy, you're going to be a full cycle instead of short and choppy. So yeah, there's a lot of intel that my brain's getting, that I'm also signaling down to my body throughout the run, and making adjustments during that time.
Why does Ironman attract you? There's so many races out there. The 50K, obviously, the Ultra went through a huge thing. Why pick something with swimming and biking? Is it your size, or why does that attract you as opposed to all of the other avenues that you could have gone?
It's a good question. I think
all of my questions are good, Corey. Don't say that. I get very
Yeah.
insecure. I get very insecure.
That's true. I think in high school, I had a great coach who he never wanted me to overtrain or be one of those athletes that kind of focused too much in high school and then burn out shortly after. So he always said, do you want to be good now or do you want to be good later? And I always bought in, I want to be good later. So sometimes we leave things off the table just so I could develop a little bit smoother, a little bit further along the road. And he told me in the winters, November till March, I don't want you running at all. I want you to join the swim team. You're going to swim essentially like a club swim team. So swim 14 to 16 hours a week. You do dry land practices. You get strong that way, and you take a load off the body. So I did that for 4 years of high school and had some of my best seasons in track after doing a full swim season. So 5 months of swimming. So I always had that. And then when I got injured in running, a lot of people don't have things to go to, things like ways to stay fit still. They're kind of a lost puppy. They are as one singular athlete as a runner. So I always had I knew dry land practice. I knew the weight room really well. I knew how to swim. I could tap into so many different things and still get stronger in a different way when I was injured. And I utilized that throughout my career. I had stress fractures. I had, many different stress fractures actually. And, always thought about the idea of triathlon, but I was so far into the track and field world that I never visited that space. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar with an Ironman athlete by the name of Lionel Sanders at all. So he has a huge YouTube following, very good channel. He's been second in the world at World Championships previously, won many Ironmans and half Ironmans. He's one of my good friends from Windsor, and I actually during COVID got the chance to live with him for 6 months in Arizona.
Wow.
And, when you're around Lionel, when you see that kind of training, that kind of lifestyle, that kind of mindset, it'll give anyone the bug to want to try this sport. And I trained with them, I ran with them, I swam with them, I biked with them, and kind of saw what it took, saw what it looked like. and then yeah, it made me want to do it, maybe want to try it, maybe want to see if I could compete with the bench best eventually. And I'm a year into it. Just got my pro card, slowly getting better. Still have a long way to go, but yeah, that's kind of the whirlwind of where the Ironman kind of all came together. And I think this distance, used to racing 3.5 minutes on the track. This is just under 4 hours of racing for half Ironmans at least, and it's much different, but it's exciting to kind of see how far I can get and how many hours I can push in the training safely while just continuously adding another brick here.
Did you have a pretty big body composition shift training with this guy, Lionel Sanders?
Yeah, I mean, from swimming especially, we were swimming hard 5 days a week, probably about like 4 kilometers each session in the water. And yeah, I mean, my upper body, definitely my shoulders, my lats, my my delts, my chest and pecs, they definitely all got a little bit inflated. But I think once you learn to kind of run or balance with that extra added muscle mass, it only helps you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's crazy. That what you said that your coach told you, it's an interesting thing because I'm going through that with my kids right now, 2 8-year-olds and a 10-year-old. And the tennis coach is like, "Hey, man, this is where they got to get on the competitive track." And my kids don't go to school; they just train full time. They just have 1 or 2 hours in the morning with their mom, and then it's jiu-jitsu, tennis, skateboarding, gymnastics. And I keep thinking that I'm thinking more along the way your coach spoke to you. And sometimes I get concerned because their coaches want them to like dial back other things and spend more time there. And the swimming thing is one thing that I really wanted to do. Because we live I'm in Santa Cruz, California. And so not to have proficient swimmers and surfers sounds absolutely batshit crazy to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking about that too. Of all the sports, I should just give them like 3 months off and all they do is swim. Just get in the water and swim. And how many years did you do that? All 4 years in high school?
Yeah, for 4 years. And like the first year just felt like I was drowning every practice. I hated it. I'm so
yeah,
new
they
to it.
suck at they suck. My kids suck at swimming.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think it's a good idea, like what you're saying. Kids up till 16 probably to learn from different coaches, to do different sports and learn different skills in that sense. And not like, you don't want to get burnt out, especially mentally, by doing one thing too much when you're younger. You kind of want to, do a bunch of different things, grab a bunch of skills from all those things, and then see what you like once you're 16, and then put the time into it there.
What was it like? So you were obviously training hard. Do you remember puberty at all? How old you were and how that like when the boy juices start building, what happened to you? How like did you notice, was there a 6 month just like, holy shit, what's going on?
Yeah, it was grade 10. It was grade 9, frail, small little grade 9 rinky dink kid. I was actually like just a pure distance guy. So I think that year for provincials, I did the 3,000 meters. So roughly say about 9 minutes of racing at that time. And then the next year I came in for track and field, and I obviously got a lot better throughout the swim season. I grew a shit ton over that summer. And then all of a sudden I had this like difference in speed and power. And I was all of a sudden like a speed endurance guy doing 800 meters very well and getting a provincial medal, when the year before that I wouldn't even been close to getting a provincial medal. So I think puberty only helped my like athletic abilities, and I jumped up a significant amount in height too.
Because that subject fascinates me, because when I was in my sophomore year, I was probably finding alcohol and watching TV and chasing girls and eating Ritz crackers I didn't take advantage of it at all. But you have this machine that already knows how to move well and has the fundamentals, and then all of a sudden life gives you a big natural dose of PEDs. And it must have been, did you enjoy that process? Was it distracting? Was that fun? It must be. I'm so excited for my kids. It must be an incredible fucking 2 years.
Yeah, it was kind of, it's a bit of a shock. You don't really know, till you know, like I didn't know in the 800 that I was going to be a really good speed endurance guy until I raced one. And then I'm like, oh shit, this feels like easier, faster, and like more fun ultimately than the previous year. So,
and you had already spent all the years, from 7th grade on, kind of like by then you're like dialing in techniques and understanding what it means to be an athlete and move your body, and you're building body awareness and all that.
Yeah. So yeah, it just made it it kind of made it easier to break down because I'd learned kind of the fundamentals of the sport, learned how to move the body well. And then once I got more strength, I was able to move it in a way that like felt better, felt more fluid. I had more control of my body. I had a lot more strength I could tap into. Um, if someone, say in a race, was coming up next to me and like was going to sprint past me, I could respond to that a bit better. So I just had more awareness, and ultimately a little like more skill came from that.
When you're running these races like this mile race, does cardiovascular fatigue come before muscular fatigue, or does muscular fatigue come first?
They both kind of hit at similar times, I would say.
Oh,
Uh,
yay.
like, yeah, I, I think the cardiovascular fatigue probably comes just before, and then your muscles are just screaming for oxygen. They're getting heavy. They're getting full of lactic acid. So it's kind of like, I'd say the cardiovascular fatigue comes just before, and then everything else kind of happens very quick after.
It's interesting because I've been doing CrossFit a long time, but the guys who are at the elite level, let's say we're doing 100 burpees, for me, cardiovascular fatigue will always kick in first. And these guys are in such good shape, they talk about it as muscular fatigue kicking in. So the muscles filling up with blood and slowing them down. And it's like just something I could never grasp. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
What if I could get my lungs to just go forever?
Yeah, I guess in some ways, like I do agree with that. Like on the bike, sometimes biking so muscular. So like sometimes I'm getting my heart rate higher, 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 and like I want to go more and more. I want to push more, but my muscles aren't allowing me to push anymore at that point. And then your heart rate just stays the same, or it slowly comes down from there. So yeah, I think depending on the race, it can be two-tone.
We talked about burping, bottle approach. Oh, and you got married.
Yeah, I got married last November.
And has that been good for your training or bad for your training?
It's been awesome. Like I have definitely one of the most supportive wives in the world. So yeah, no, she's amazing. She loves to train just as much as me. She loves to work hard. Yeah, she's one of the reasons kind of I am who I am, and she'll grind out 3-4 jobs if she had to make money, and she has no problem working hard, which is just not a huge part of everyone's day to day. So she definitely stands out in that sense.
How did you meet her?
So I was in Arizona living there for 6 months. Came back, was working at a running store at the time. So it's actually the Running Factory. It's a local store here. Great business. And she was new to the store, and I was just helping out, picking up a shift. And she had strolled in, and we got chatting, and I was like, this girl is she's way too good for me. There's no way I'm gonna like ever be with this person. But I was like, I'll be friendly. We'll chat it out.
She was
And
an employee or a customer?
she was an employee. Yeah. So she was newer. She had been working there for a couple of weeks before I got back from Arizona, and she had heard bits and pieces about me. I had heard bits and pieces about her, and I was like, she's being friendly with me. I'm gonna be friendly with her. I don't think anything's gonna happen of it. And then it was just right place, right time. We connected on a lot of the same things. We liked the same music. She lost her phone throughout the shift, so I was like, I'll call your number. We'll see if you
Nice,
Smooth.
dude.
Yeah. got her number from that, and then I think we just went back and forth so much, and then really just became really good friends at first, and then like obviously through that it was just right place, right time. We had both got out of relationships like 6 months previous, and we both weren't looking for anything, but I think we were both ready for something. And then we both love to travel. We went on some trips together, and have very similar values. So she was actually it's pretty crazy. She played rugby in high school.
Oh
Got some,
shit.
she was very tough, very fast. Got some major concussions. Couldn't play rugby anymore. One of her best friends was on the university track team, so she's like, "Oh, I want to see if I can do track." Which in university, not a lot of people walk onto a track team,
Right.
especially as a sprinter. So during COVID, everyone's kind of goofing off. She gets a coach. She works her ass off day in, day out. Just absolutely grinds. Walks onto the track team after getting cut the year before, and yeah, she ended up making the national team. They got national medal. And yeah, now she's doing Chicago Marathon this year. So now she is not even sprinting. She's just crazy. She'll do anything, and she's a hard worker. So yeah, it's hard not to appreciate and love that.
So what she was hearing while you were gone, still in Arizona, was like, "Oh yeah, there's this guy here who runs really fast." And then what you were hearing from your friends was, "Dude, there's the hottest new chick working at at the store."
That's literally it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. Corey, I'm so happy that you came on. What a great discussion. I know people are going to glean a lot of good stuff. Thanks for being so open and sharing so much, man.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys. It was a pleasure, and yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hey, do you not check your DM? Do you not check your DMs very often?
Sometimes they go to a filtered folder, which I just found out, and I think that's what had happened, because I think it was maybe a year or something previous you had messaged, and I saw the most recent one. But yeah, I know where to check now.
Oh, awesome. All right, dude. Well, you have my phone number now. Text me anytime if there's anything that you're doing or you want to promote, or just come on for a few minutes and chat or anything. Like, you're always welcome on the show. You're an absolutely amazing guest. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, guys.
All right, dude. Have a great training day.
Okay, you too.
Ciao. I will. All right.
Corey.
Bye. Corey Bellemore. Damn, cool dude.
Super cool. That was awesome.
Seems like an overall cool dude. 10 out of 10. Cool dude. Hank is an angry Canadian. Nice work, Sevy. Super chill bro.
Chill guy.
Sounds like she should be a guest.
That'd be cool.
Tank, do we need a wellness check? Tank, what's going on?
He's just losing his mind in the live chat.
You're in a safe you're in a safe place to just like Sevon, you all project. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Try to cancel culture WFP. Dude, are you kidding me? I've been nothing but loving towards these guys. What are you talking about?
No, we've been hating on him this whole time.
Listen, let me tell you something very positive I've said about them, where I push back against other people. I have no issues with how they spend their money. They can spend their money however they want. I'm happy that they're spending their money. I don't go to a fucking restaurant with my friends and they buy me a $30, six $30 drinks and think that's a waste of money. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the athletes who are competing there. I'm covering them exactly how I would cover anything. I don't know what you're if you think we're critical, well, I don't know. I can't speak for everyone else. And when we say we, I mean, just like, the other podcasts I listen to, or content, Jenny or Hiller or Coffee Pods and Wads or Sousa's show or Get With the Programming or Shut Up and Scribble, just the kind of the world I live in. I value, I'm curious. I want to see people. I like the part of like seeing the no reps and the accountability, but I loved
all the equipment fall apart.
Yeah, let me tell you, I loved the equipment falling apart. Listen, if I could go back in time, don't tell anyone this. I wouldn't have it any other way.
What?
I enjoy the drama and the narrative. I especially don't tell Colton this. I loved it when his rope fell apart. Like, part of me wants to cry, but shit. Now we can talk. We got fucking 20 minutes of content to talk to him.
For sure.
I love it. I love it when Colton takes the 2 first places. Hey, listen, it's the same thing how I treat my kids. If my kids win an event or lose an event, I don't treat them any different. I'm not like, if they win, I'm not like, oh my God, congratulate. I'm just chill. Man, I just say stuff that like, hey, I really like the way you move out there. I liked how hard you worked. I would like, whether they win or lose, man, I loved how hard you work. Maybe my timing and when I say it to them. I don't treat the Big W any way different than I treat CrossFit. My only bias towards CrossFit, obviously, is that I do it and that I'm extremely loyal to Dave. But dude, we ass pound the fuck out of him. Listen, Hiller came on the show the other day and we fucking spent 20 minutes destroying Dave regarding the pegboards.
That is true.
Like the podcast at the games completely celebrated the CrossFit store, which has never been good. Not even when I worked there was it good. It's always been a fucking laughing stock of CrossFit. We completely celebrated the CrossFit store. Hiller and Taylor were walking around wearing those shirts. I mean, I don't.
I spent like $250 there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like this thing where, just because we're speaking the truth about things, don't, or we're projecting our truth onto it. I don't care how you word it. I mean, to say that we're negative is nuts. I never fucking talk shit about fucking Will Morat. I know some other people do. Maybe I know Taylor doesn't like the fact that maybe Taylor's judging him for how he's spending his money. I don't care. I don't care. Listen, I don't care about Lauren Khalil, whether she had a pass or not, and told the truth about it for an executive pass. Like, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care how many views they get. Nothing. Unless somehow it's like, I mean, when I say I don't care, like I like hearing those things, but I'm not like, I think Lauren Khalil fucking works her ass off. Like I don't. I'm happy that the Be Friendly girls are on a journey with Brian Friend. I can't wait to see how that story plays out. I mean, I know how it's going to end.
Me either.
Like, you got to chill, dude. It's not negative. You're bringing negativity to it.
Did you see the splits for Corey's Portugal record?
No.
His laps were 56 seconds, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 second.
Oh my God.
His chugging splits were 5 seconds, 7 seconds, 7 seconds, 9 seconds.
Yeah, that last beer must be horrible. The general consensus was the first 2 beers you can kind of enjoy, and after that, it just goes to straight nightmare status. Oh, I meant to ask him how many glugs it is. How many glugs do you like? You know what I mean? Like, like when the bottle's taking in air so that the liquid could get out.
Like
I wonder
3?
how. Just like glug. Or can you put it at such an angle where it doesn't glug? Like you leave a little thing of air.
I think you have to like leave the top half of the bottle like above your lip, and then you just.
Oh yeah, he had a pretty interesting technique like that, right?
Yeah, it's completely vertical, but you leave a little hole at the top of the bottle opening,
so air can get to the bottom.
Right. It's like, have you ever seen somebody try to chug a bottle of Jack Daniels? And they throw a straw in it, and then they bend it, and then they put their hand around the neck of the bottle.
Oh,
like
wow.
Like that. So you have to have a little bit of an opening, I think.
Yeah, and then every time it glugs with beer, it probably creates carbonation and foam that's like fucked up too.
Right.
The straw trick. Let me see that. Do they got that on YouTube? The old straw. God, that makes me. The thought of that makes me a little queasy. Chugging Jack Daniels. I washed my hair today. That's crazy that you noticed. How do you guys notice? It's so dark in here. I washed my hair today. I only used 1 squirt of the organic shampoo. Normally I use like 2 squirts. I didn't get it really frothy, but I did wash it today. Very astute.
Threw a straw in there. This is just Captain Morgan. There's no glugging.
Look at that girl. She's like, I can fuck that dude now.
Exactly.
All right. Hey, see, Tank, that was projecting. Did you see? Because she wasn't really thinking that. I was thinking that. That was projecting. Dear girls, if you do that at a party, 10 guys are like, okay, I can get her. Don't do that.
If you can impress a girl and she's like visually expressing it, you're in.
All I see is her boob, isn't that? I'm amazing. I love my focus.
The little 10 pixels on the left side of the picture.
Yeah.
Oh
all I see is her boob.
I just see right above it's a little armpit flap. That's funny. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Tomorrow, this guy who's coming on held his breath for 29 minutes and 3 seconds. What's a Vitor? I hope he speaks English. He's Croatian. I'm really concerned about the connection and the cadence, how we're going to talk back and forth.
Oh, it's not. Oh, I probably fucked up the schedule.
Oh, isn't it him tomorrow?
I have
Maybe I'm
Charlie
wrong.
Lawrence on the schedule for tomorrow.
Oh no, Charlie Lawrence is coming on tomorrow night. Wow.
Oh, you're okay. You're right.
Lawrence
Okay,
comes on.
I didn't schedule tomorrow morning.
And dude, do you
Didn't
know
remember.
who we on the 4th, the evening of the 4th, we have Jack De La Maddalena coming back on. God, I hope his connection's good.
Isn't that crazy?
God, I hope his connection's good. Guys, that fight with Islam Makhachev, when he beats Islam, it's gonna fucking put the whole fucking MMA world on notice. It's gonna be nuts.
I can't fucking wait. That's gonna be sick. I also can't wait for the UFC to be on Paramount.
When is that? Is there a date for that?
Stop fucking paying pay-per-view.
I wonder when that starts. Paramount
Probably not until next year. Let's see.
UFC start.
January 2026. January
Oh,
1st.
so it's coming fast.
Oh yeah, it's September now. Wow.
7 year, $7.7 billion media rights deal announced. Hey, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden Paramount switches it to pay-per-view model still for the big fights. You know what I mean? Just because it's going to Paramount, like
I thought that was the whole point of them going to Paramount, was that they were removing the pay-per-view stuff.
that's what the media is saying for sure, but you never know. Do you know what I mean? Like I did hear Dana say, hey, it doesn't mean that we can't do pay-per-view. Paying for pay-per-view, yeah.
This ends UFC long-standing pay-per-view model for domestic viewers.
I don't know if I'll ever go to ESPN again. I'm trying to think if there's anything I watch on there.
Really? I watch a lot of stuff on there still.
My kids watch some tennis on there. What do you watch on there?
College football.
I'd watch the Bears if they were on there.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bears play tonight.
Oh.
Against Minnesota.
Oh shit.
I didn't see Tyson's gone kind of I didn't see he didn't do any podcasts this week. I was looking around everywhere to see if he did any podcasts. I put in Minnesota Bears and it just shows up pictures of Bears. Guess I need to put in Vikings Bears.
It's at 5:15 your time. It's gonna be on ABC and ESPN.
I wonder if that's the ESPN I have. I have like ESPN Plus or something.
Should be able to. It's like cable ESPN, like the one you would normally get. Oh no, sorry, that's next week. Next Monday, not today.
Oh, it's not this Monday? This isn't week 1 of the NFL?
No, next Monday. I was gonna say, because I haven't done my fantasy draft yet. I didn't think it started yet.
So they don't. Oh, so this whole weekend passed and the Bears played on Friday, right? And today's Monday. Oh, this week is moving so slow. I love it when it's slow.
Yeah. They played the Chiefs last.
And was that the last Friday that happened? No,
that was
Thursday.
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really want to have Tyson on and just play that last drive and have us have him walk us through it. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Sebi, let's do a fantasy football league. You're basically an expert.
Huh.
Hey, is this paperclip just a default avatar?
No. Do you remember when Word had like a little helper guy?
Oh yeah.
That's the paperclip. Like that was like the initial version of basically the initial version of AI. I think.
Because I've seen it on here like 4 times in the last 2 weeks and I'd never seen it before.
Maybe it's a new person.
This cannot be true. That
new profile picture is true though.
Yeah, it's crazy. I try to act cool.
I just typed in her name instead of Stephen Colbert. Oops.
Did Colbert sign Netflix deal? What do we know?
No.
Claims circulating online states that Netflix has secured $13.5 million 7-episode deal with Colbert. The claim is unverified. That doesn't seem. Oh, that's how much they'd pay him. $2 million an episode.
Google AI says no, Stephen Colbert is not the Netflix CEO. False rumor.
He should just retire and walk away.
He sucks.
All right, so the show is not tonight. There's no show tonight. Oh,
No.
Dave Castro week in review. Wow, it's going to be a busy week for me. Bajent Blue was my first CEO shirt. Didn't I Vindicate VNDK8.com? I think Vindicate made a
Travis shirt.
Vindicate made a Chicago Bears orange shirt, I think.
Oh yeah. It's it was a CEO shirt. Those here we go. Cool.
Damn, I just sent a text to. I meant to send it to Travis at Vindicate, and I sent it to
Travis at Bajent.
I sent it to fucking Travis Bajent. Fucking jacket. God,
Oopsies.
well, at least I didn't say anything bad like Tyson's a cunt, or you know what I mean? Something like that. That would have been fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Dang, Travis Vindicate came out with some new designs.
Oh, you're over there? Let's see.
Yeah. New stuff. Got that new out. Like,
I want to try those shorts right there. Those camo shorts.
really?
I'm just because I got some other cloth shorts from them that I really like. I like how short they are. Sometimes I get a little embarrassed in them, but I like them.
Yeah, I like his athletic shorts. The one thing that I don't like about them is that the pockets are fixed.
What does that mean?
Like they are sewn into the leg of the short. So they don't if you sit when you sit down, your phone's gonna slide out because this pocket doesn't slide around your leg.
Oh, but then that does kind of stop your pocket from falling out the leg of the shorts, right?
That's true, correct. I like it. Otherwise, I love his shorts. They're really nice. But the pocket thing is just trippy.
I like zippers on my pockets. Is that an old man thing, or do you like? Yeah, just because then I have this mental security, my OCD, hey, that shit ain't falling out.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't like it when my pocket falls out of my shorts. It just seems so ghetto.
Okay, I could see that. I don't like it when I'm sitting down.
I want to tug on those. Those look like they're a fun material.
They're stretchy. They're really comfortable shorts.
Yeah.
Like this seam right here is the pocket. I will say though, the pocket's perfectly sized. Because I have sometimes you get shorts that have pockets that are just way too fucking small.
Yeah.
I can't fit my big old
Pointless. At that point, I don't even want a pocket.
Exactly. So the pockets are a perfect size.
Stevie, have you gotten the switch when the balls hang lower than the D? No. Here's the thing. I guess I have small balls. I don't understand a penis that perches on the balls or balls that my penis never perches on maybe I'm a shower, not a grower. I don't know. Maybe I'm a shower and a grower. No. The only thing that ever happens is my penis will stick to my balls. I mean, that's just 80% of the day. I'm just peeling it off my balls. I just like it. I like separation, but I mean, they're neighbors. They rest on each other. But I don't like that look where the balls are here and the penis is perched on them, where it's the eye is staring at you. I'm like, God, that just seems like a small dick to me. I don't like a small dick.
Sometimes it's really fucking cold, man. Give me a break.
I agree. But then the balls get small too.
Yeah, they shrivel up.
Yeah, and that, you know, or I just don't look at my dick if it does that. Put them on timeout.
Start stretching it out a little bit. By stretching it out, I mean beating off.
What does Taylor say? Cranking the hog.
Cranking the hog.
Yeah, you're right. He does have a lot of new stuff. How about this black, beautiful, violent society?
Beautiful violence.
He's got a
Where's that?
Hold on, Jeremy. I'm trying to get you plugged in here.
Beautiful violence society.
It says there's no place like Nebraska. Black shirts.
Oh, he made a Nebraska shirt?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, dude?
Homie, how we doing? What's up, Caleb?
Oh, that's sick. Hey.
Bro, we've come full circle, dude. Handful of months ago, I don't know if you remember, I called you and I said, yo, I got this couple that I used to coach in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
And they do interesting things together on the internet, and I sent you all that stuff.
They're entrepreneurs. They're entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs. Yeah, that's that WFP couple. That's them. That's literally them.
Yeah, that's crazy. So not only is she a successful businesswoman, providing material for men to masturbate to, but she also is fit enough to win the big W.
Yeah. I got a DM yesterday from her, kind of going off about Hiller's post and just upset that Hiller made them look bad, and actually that's why I called, because
dude, that has nothing to do with that post. Has nothing to do with that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I told her. I said, yo, and that whole comment section, kind of like a direct reflection of our society right now. Hiller wasn't trying to make fun of that team. He was making a point, yo, there's one team, you know, like everybody else dropped out or didn't sign up or whatever. And you go through that comment section, everyone just, why is he attacking that team? He's such a bully.
Oh, it really says that in the comment section that people are thinking he's attacking that. God, we live with retards. We live with retards.
It's the
How
same
do you
thing
jump to him making fun of that?
Oh, what did you say, Caleb?
It's the same. It's the same in the post about him calling out the squats. Because people in the comments are like, "How dare you attack a scaled athlete?" or whatever, and it's like it has nothing to do with the athlete and everything to do with the judge being a fucking moron.
Exactly. Why are we talking? Why are we using words like attack? Like, dude, it's the internet. You ain't being attacked. You ever been attacked in real life? You're not being attacked because somebody made a post about you on the internet. Get off the internet. The internet if you're worried about that.
Hey, so you could that girl with the Fury shirt on, you can literally find places on the internet where she's sucking cock and then there's semen dripping out of the side of her mouth.
100%.
Literally, yes. You can also, man, I feel so bad saying it, but like I already talked about it, but you can see the husband doing the same that she does.
Oh,
this is where I trip out.
That guy sucks dick too, you're saying?
Yeah, yes. In the same videos, the same stuff. And this is where I trip out, is like they're freaking out about like this isn't respectful and this. Dude, it ain't just that you do porn, but whatever. But like the style of what you're doing, it's one thing if the wife is just getting banged left and right, which is the case, but the husband's participating in it too. Not only that, he's doing like gay stuff, and y'all are married. And like I'm like, yo, dude, like you need to chill out with this. It's not respectful, and look what your life is. And some guy on the internet makes a post and that you take offense to, and like, stop, just stop. Yeah. So they do some really weird shit.
I'm reading what Hiller wrote, and maybe now I understand more why people think he's attacking them, because he does say, we are witnessing the pinnacle of human achievement. This team stared into the abyss of competition, and the abyss blinked first. Because this is kind of satire. I could kind of see the grit, the grind, the sheer willpower it takes to stand on stage knowing the only thing you beat was loneliness was truly breathtaking.
Did you notice that he changed the names on the podium to undisclosed fitness event? I just
Oh
noticed
no, that's funny.
that.
What is he got this UFL? Is that like what is that? Is that what that isn't that
The
what he's
UFL
calling
was
it?
like
UFL?
UFL is like the, or maybe it's undisclosed fitness league, but I think the UFL was like a football team. Oh yeah, United Football League. It was like that
That's
defunct
okay.
football team event that nobody cares about.
I wonder if he's laughing. How much do you think that guy charges to suck? You're saying that guy sucks dick and gets paid for it on camera? Is it, or is it their own production company? They're actually
I don't know. I
married.
haven't looked that far into it. They're actually married. Not only is he, I'll probably get some fun DMs after this call, but he's not just S in the D's, he's taking the D's, man. Like you can watch these videos.
Oh, I
where,
felt
like,
my butthole
it's just
quiver a little
orgies.
bit. I felt my butthole like pucker up, like I just like looked over the edge of a tall building when you said that. That was weird. I don't like butthole consciousness. Wow, I don't have any. I don't care. I honestly don't care about that. I'm more excited about it like I saw a famous person. I'm just excited by the fact that holy shit, those people fuck to make a living. I do think it's I don't know. I guess I don't know. I wonder if they do a lot of drugs or something. I want, like, how do you get in that space to let a dude pound your hole? But
They
I
look
don't
like
know.
the cast of Jersey Shore. Like they look like they go to tanning salons. Take a bunch
I want to
of
see this redheaded chick. What's her account? I want to see her body.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a video coming out of that whole team going at it between events. Yo, so you
shouldn't
really
be
think?
Go ahead.
No, you really. I'll do a subject change here. You really think that Jack is gonna take Islam? Because Islam's like last, I don't know, 7 fights, he's beaten some men. You know what I mean? Like that. Whew, I'm nervous.
Of course we're nervous because Islam's probably the greatest fighter alive right now. But after what he did to Gilbert Burns and Bilal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena, and 18 fights in a row, and how good his body looked when he fought Bilal. Now, granted, Bilal had a good 5th round, but he beat he clowned Bilal for 4 rounds.
Yeah.
And I always tripped on Jack because he seemed like a pugilist from the 1950s. You know what I mean? Just how he has that weird stance and shit. But dude, what he did to Bilal and Gilbert Burns, I can never second guess him again.
Yeah,
Islam better
He's
be
got one of the
very
coolest
careful.
styles.
And I suspect getting punched by sorry, hold on one second. Hey, I'm doing a podcast right now.
How can there be a different Travis, Tyson and Travis?
Well, because there's the guy who runs Vindicate who sends the shirts. His name is Travis Bellinghausen. And so I just typed in Travis. I was just thinking like, shit, I got to get some shirts to them because they're going to be in the public eye and he needs some clean, nice new shirts. And then I sent it to you on accident instead of Travis.
Oh, I got you. You wanted Travis. Send them to Tyson and me. He said, eat it.
Yeah, either way, that was supposed to be for the Travis who prints shirts, who has the clothing store.
We need sweatshirts.
Sweatshirts, okay. Sweatshirts.
I'm going to be rocking sweatshirts every game this year.
Okay, perfect. You like pockets, zip up, pullover?
Everything. Give me 6 of everything. Double X and triple X. That way I'll find out if you did the European cut or not.
Hey, what's that? Are you in the bathtub? What's that bubbles and shit I hear?
Just scraping a pan, doing the dishes.
Shit. Wow, you're an amazing man. You're a fool. Son in the NFL and also doing the dishes. You wear gloves when you do dishes?
No. Hands off as a baby's bottom. Hey, when am I going to get to come to the podcast? That's got to be the hottest podcast in the world now.
I'm scared to invite you on because I know you're so fucking busy and you charge so much fucking money.
I will say no to a podcast too. Or I'll tell them yes, but never solidify.
Yeah, okay. As soon as we get off the phone, I'm sending a text to Sousa and getting you scheduled.
Yeah, tell Susan we need his account to place at the game.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes.
Yeah. I saw his face when I was a chump. He didn't even know. He was going to get it. All right, later.
Love you, buddy. Bye. Wow, Travis Bajan doing the dishes. I fucking love it. Did you hear that gurgle, gurgle, gurgle? I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, what are you doing there, Travis? That's funny.
Yeah, I think Jack's the man. I mean, I just 18 in a row, dude. That must be what is the UFC record for most wins in a row?
I'd have to say that's it right there, right? I mean, I haven't heard anybody else with that many wins. That's
what did Khabib was 20-0 when he retired, or 30-0?
Anderson Silva had 16.
Jeez.
So Islam's at 15. He's close to time.
And Jack's at 18, but I don't think all of Jack's are in the UFC. That's for sure.
That's what I was gonna say. Jack's ain't all are in the UFC,
but probably like 10 of them are, or 8 of them. I think 8 of them are.
I'd imagine at least half. Yeah.
He lost.
And the thing about him that he can give Islam a run because that style, like you're talking about, nobody fights like that. He's got his style. Muhammad couldn't figure it out. Nobody can figure it out. As soon as you think it's figured out, he switches it up on you. So, I think he'll run shop.
I think there's something people feel in the ring with Jack that's not transferring over to video. I don't know what it is because his style does not seem fast or like dynamic to me. But there's something when you get hit by him that we're not, and there's some sort of pressure he puts on people that at least is at the level I'm at of enjoying and observing UFC. I don't see it yet, but clearly when people do not want to be hit by him, I have a feeling it's like getting hit by a fucking, like a hammer, like a big sledgehammer.
Yeah, and it's his angles that I think really what separates him is when Bilal Muhammad hits you, he's hitting you right straight. Or maybe a cross. But when Jack hits you, it's like crazy angle. So it's like working out muscles, those small stabilizing muscles that you don't really work out a whole lot, and then you're all super sore and like your obliques and stuff. Like that's Jack. He's gonna hit you in places from angles that you're like, you're not ready to be hit at.
Yeah,
I think that's what separates that guy.
Yeah, he's special. He's unique style, but still clean. But yeah, there's something going on, and motherfucker can take a punch.
Yeah, his face tells that story, man. Like you could tell that guy can just, he could take it with the best. He could take it with our boy from the porn couple. He could take it just like that.
Oh, geez. Well, I hope the two of them are able to use this attention like instead of complaining, she should just post in there, hey, if you want to see me, like she should just post in Hiller's comment, if you want to see me fuck, here's the link.
More money, right?
Yeah, I mean
link in bio.
Yeah.
Link in bio.
Yeah. If you want to see me take a cock bigger than yours, click here.
That's where Tank Reeves frequents, I hear.
There you go. So I mean, I just don't see any. Once you're in the porn business, I can't see any publicity being bad publicity. It's just like, like no one cares if you're like, it just adds more tantalizing to the story. Like, so.
Agreed. All right, boys.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your show.
Tell her no hard feelings. No one on the Sevon podcast judges her. I wish her the best.
I'll be sure to do that.
Okay.
All right, peace.
I do think, though, I'm just predicting, I don't mean this to be offensive or not, but at some point she realizes that she doesn't respect him.
Her husband?
Yeah.
Oh.
If she doesn't already and she leaves him. I think.
That's just crazy, dude.
Yeah. Close your eyes and imagine getting railed by some guy while you're making eye contact with your wife. Oh, maybe Jake Chapman should Jake Chapman likes weird questions. Would you rather make eye contact with your wife while she's getting railed, or make eye contact with your wife when you're getting railed? Oh, God. She doesn't look natty. No.
That's what I'm saying.
She definitely, if with my expert opinion, I don't think.
She's used up.
Yeah. And if she makes some money, she should have like those. Yeah. Anyway. All right. I'm all for monetizing everything you do in your life. By monetizing, I don't mean like selling it or making money. Maybe I should use a different word. I mean, like just in the podcast space, if I'm going to like, I watch stuff that I'm going to talk about. So if I'm never going to watch, like, so I just be careful what I watch. I don't watch things that I don't want to talk about because I know that everything that happens in my life or everything I see, I'm going to probably talk about and convert into some sort of story for entertainment value. And so if they're fucking and they like fucking and they're okay with other people seeing them fuck, then why not film it and make money? I don't know.
Sure.
If you're gonna, like, that guy likes running, and so if he can do what he loves and generate an income from it, yeah, she's definitely, and she's, I mean, I haven't seen any of her videos. I haven't cracked the paywall.
I don't think you need to crack the paywall.
Oh, you don't?
No,
It's on the free account? It's on the free ones?
it's out there.
Oh, it is? Okay. Jeez. Did anyone hear that?
No.
Oh, good. All right. All right, guys. Dave Castro probably does his weekend review. He's very consistent on Mondays. And oh, it's all over Twitter. Jeez. I heard.
Allegedly.
Imagine living the porn cuck lifestyle and being offended by Hiller's Instagram post. Yeah.
That's too bad. I think you're right. You should just turn that into content. You just throw your link in the chat in that. Think about, I wonder how many people looked at that video or that picture that he posted.
I mean, dude, that's the most forward facing shit she's probably going to get ever in CrossFit. Hey, does WFP what drug test? Probably not that at that level.
No, probably not.
You're always 3 clicks away from porn. Wow, that's crazy.
It's like, what is it, like the 3 degrees of separation from that one actor, like Patrick Swayze or something?
By the time you're fucking with the camera on you for the world to
Kevin
see,
Bacon.
nothing should offend you, I think. I mean, maybe I don't understand the hierarchy of fucking, but like, dude. I mean, you've reached a pinnacle. You've reached a pinnacle of freedom that's like, I guess the thing is if you're filming yourself having sex and selling it online, you're probably got your batshit crazy, and so you don't function like a regular person anyway.
Yeah, but I feel like you also see people like that, and they're just like, "Yeah, my shit's out there." Obviously, it's for the consumption of everybody.
Right.
Like you should, just like
But,
we're
like, do you know
okay with
any
the things that we say on here being criticized and talked about,
right.
because we put ourselves out there. You are also putting out a product such as that, which is, I would say, another degree past what we're doing.
Oh, good. I was going to ask you that. It is a degree past what we're doing, right?
I think so. I think so. Like, there's a wall that I would not be willing to cross. Like, that's
Yeah.
the line. And
I'm not even taking my shirt off at the beach. I'm like, you're free, girl. Do your thing.
for sure,
Yeah. What are you talking about?
do whatever. I mean, like you've reached like a level of freedom at that point that you should probably embrace.
Yeah, same with that beer mile thing. If that don't you wouldn't I would rather watch a documentary about a guy who got caught cheating the beer mile than the guy winning it. And I really like Corey, but the
Yeah.
thought of cheating the beer mile is so funny to me.
It's hilarious, dude.
Just like
It's like,
you see him at home and he's ordered from Amazon the recapping machine and
yes. It's like that movie about the guy that's like not actually retarded, but he gets in the Special Olympics and wins all the competition because there's like some prize money at the end.
that's a real movie?
God, it's old. I can't remember.
Yeah, is it fiction or that's like a documentary?
No, it's not real.
Oh. Yeah, I mean that would be awesome. Like, dude, how crazy would it be if someone just took crazy steroids? I would love
Johnny
to see
Knoxville.
I
The
would love
Ringer.
oh. I'll watch that with my
Got Johnny
kids.
Knoxville in it.
Is it funny?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Hey, that's as crazy as like being a man and entering a woman's sport and pretending you're a woman.
100%. 100%.
We live in fucking crazy times. Someone sent me an article this morning about it was like 4 pages. It was just Trump bashing. And it's just crazy the shit that they're saying about how it starts off with democracy being a threat and fascism and deploying the National Guard, how we've gone into full authoritarian state. It's just all name calling and no facts. It is wild. As soon as I see that someone say our democracy is at threat, I right away know that they have no idea what they're fucking talking about. Because in the world that I live in, democracy has been the biggest threat to my liberties. That's why my kids can't go to school. That's why we couldn't eat in restaurants for years. That's why we were forced to take all those drugs. That was all democracy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't give a fuck about democracy. I want my liberties. I don't want people who believe that democracy can vote away my liberties. I want my fucking freedom. And then to think that somehow that there's some authoritarian state, I would much rather have fucking cops yelling at me than me not be allowed to post what I want on the internet. Like the second you take away my freedom of speech, I'm fucked.
Right.
I'm fucked. And they did that to us for 2 years. Like, what are you talking about? And of course, they give no examples. Like the fact that there's National Guard in DC, it's a fucking federal city. It's a federal area. Or of course the federal government should be able to protect the capital of the country. The fuck are you talking about?
Like, why would anybody want to go to the Capitol and it look like a complete slum?
We have the most hands-off federal government. I mean, yeah, exactly. And we have they just suck.
Yeah.
These people fucking suck. And these people who send me this shit, I feel so sorry for them because I'm like, I want to read it and like see like where just the name calling of Trump, like, hey, just name calling him and calling him a fascist. It's like,
There's no example there. You're just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah. You can't. Those people who say that stuff can't even define democracy or liberty.
It's the
They
same
don't even
people
know
who
what the
say, like,
Constitution
they're
is.
hating women.
Yes.
They're hating women.
Yes.
It's like that the girls in the box then like interviewed Danny and Danny was like, "Oh, we just receive all the hate in the world. Women do." So
Oh my God.
it's really nice to come out here on the competition floor and just be free. It's like, show me the hate that you're getting. Show me like what hate are you getting?
No one, and here's the thing, fucktard,
show you
no
the
one's
fine.
giving it to you because you're a fucking woman. People who are hating on you because you're a fucking person. Stop looking at the world through a fucking man and woman lens. You're fucking gonna ruin yourself. CrossFat, Danny looks good. Like a bowl of ice cream.
Sure.
Tyler's gonna make another chart. Did we ever see who won the big W this week using P-score?
Oh no. I don't know if you actually responded to that message.
Does Danny realize it's the grossest men who are paying her bills? Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think don't be gay, Beaver. Yeah, write that down, Caleb, so you don't accidentally fuck someone in the ass.
That's right. Yeah, don't be gay. Got it. Thank you. Write this in my notebook. Don't be gay. Thank you.
All right. You go back to work tomorrow? You here tomorrow?
No, I'm at work tomorrow.
Tomorrow's gonna be fun. God.
Womp, womp.
I want you to pray tonight before you go to bed that this guy actually speaks. Him and I can communicate.
I'll be waiting for the show to start. I'm excited for it. When was the last time we had somebody on that we had somebody on who was like could not speak English and it sucked and it wasn't Roman?
Was it Guy Malheros?
Maybe.
That one was kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy when I have Jack on and the connection's bad. I hate a bad connection.
Yeah, that sucks.
I pay to subscribe to her IG. Very supportive of you.
Wow, nice.
And also validates what Vindicate said.
Brianna contradicts that. She says she has hot men paying for hers.
I have. All right, if you say so.
Probably one of the few.
If you say. All right, guys. See you later on today. Bye-bye.